What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on this topic. And I want to talk about this Whitney Houston situation yet again, because I got some more information. Now, I can't read the email because it's that graphic, but I'm going to touch on a few things that were expressed to me within this email. Then I also want to bring to you guys' attention some more information that came from Cassie's initial 60-page lawsuit that she filed against Diddy, that some of the things were missing and narrowed down to a 35-page lawsuit. And the initial filing implicated Jay-Z and Beyonce and something that transpired at a party. Now, before I go any further, I do want to address something, right? So guys, behind the scenes, your boy is catching it. And I told you guys last week that I potentially had an interview with a lawyer, and that interview has bombed because I feel like somebody is trying to set me up. Now, I can't really go into depth about the situation because of the potential legalities of it all, but I will say that when somebody is pressing you about your address, wanting to come to your city to meet you, then all of a sudden out the blue, somebody shows up to the house in what it seems to be an unmarked vehicle, posing to be the police, talking about they're here to basically do a welfare check. A welfare check? Who the hell sent you? I've never had anybody to call and do a welfare check on me. Everybody knows that's close to me that I'm perfectly fine on a day-to-day basis. So when I started asking this particular person for documentation and things of that nature, like his badge number and stuff, back door to side doors, everything is still intact when I return home. I live in a great neighborhood. Everybody loves one another and helps one another. But now I'm seeing that I have to watch myself if I'm going to keep producing the type of content that I'm producing. And let me not forget to mention, when I try to get in contact with this dude that's posing to be a lawyer, in my opinion now, basically I'm blocked, right? So this explains why he never wanted to do a Zoom meeting with me and my lawyer. And this also explains why when I started to press him on providing further credentials of certain cases that he worked on, he started to become distant. So listen, this is a situation where we're crossing every I and dotting every T, because right now I'm on guard, and right now I'm standing up as a man and I'm not scared. It is what it is. So I just want to let you guys know what was going on with that. I got a few DMs asking me about what's going on with the lawyer and things like that. Basically, I just questioned his character. And after what happened on yesterday, I'm questioning a lot of things. But anyway, enough on that. Let's move along. Let me touch on this Whitney situation real quick, and then I'm going to follow it up with some video clips. All right. So basically, I told you guys at the beginning of this video that I could not share the email because it was that graphic. Now, one of the things that I want to share in regards to the email that I received is the fact that Whitney was upset with Clive Davis because he reneged on a promise. He reneged on a contractual agreement that was signed at 44 that would give Whitney more control and access to her own music, right? And so she never received that, and she was upset. And I'm told that Whitney was in the process of exposing Clive for H10. All right. And 10. And I'm paraphrasing here, guys, and I'm pretty sure that you can put two and two together to understand what I'm trying to convey to you. Now, I'm also hearing that somehow Kim Porter had access to a photo of Whitney when she first passed. And according to Kim Porter, it is clear and evident that Whitney was severely laid hands upon. I'm just going to say that. And it's also been said that Kim alluded to the fact that you could clearly see that there were defense wounds on Whitney, as if she was in some type of battle, fight, and struggle. And she wasn't the only person in that room. Now, the name of the person that was in Whitney's hotel room before she passed was revealed to me within this email, but I'm going to elect not to put that information out just yet. Now, it's also been expressed to me that Kim Porter was going to implement this information within her book. And it's also been said that when Kim Porter was writing this tell-all book, that the initial rough drafts were naming names. She was actually talking about who was involved in these wicked and heinous crimes that were being committed all throughout the music industry. So Kim was going to shed a lot of light on a whole lot of BS that was going down. And Clive Davis, individuals like him, were afraid of what she was going to expose. But anyway, y'all, what I want to do right here is play you guys a few clips back to back. Two of those clips are going to be talking about Clive and Whitney Houston, and the fact that Clive, everybody is looking at him like he's the reason why Whitney is no longer with us. And then one of those videos is going to be showcasing an entrepreneur, a writer by the name of Craig, that talked about a situation where Diddy tried to get to him. And also I have a clip of Aaron Hall's baby mama coming out and saying that Gene Deal lied on her. Now, we know that Aaron was implicated within a lawsuit along with Diddy for violating a girl at his apartment. So I'm gonna go ahead and play these clips, and then I'll be right back.
Okay, so by a show of hands, how many of you think that Clive Davis was aware of what Diddy was doing? When Diddy came into the game, he worked for Andre Harrell. Harrell started out at Def Jam, but then he soon came out with his own label, Uptown Records. Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, Al B. Sure, Guy, Heavy D, and Diddy started out there. Diddy, when paying tribute to Andre Harrell, said that he brought taste to hip-hop. So it's safe to say that Andre Harrell was a mentor.
I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor.
So I pose this question. Did Andre Harrell have enough power for Diddy? How did he meet Clive Davis?
Meeting Puffy, he played me Craig Mack. He played me Biggie. He had 4 cuts of Biggie at the time. And his vision and attraction to me was, we were, even though a relatively new label, Arista Records, we were a top 40 powerhouse. And it was his vision that hip-hop could go top 40, where the big economic payoff was. And I must say, he convinced me of it, and we followed his dream together and accomplished just that with his from him and Mace and Biggie, left and right.
You talk about in this book, it's amazing how in the 90s there was this tumultuous time in hip-hop where you had the death of Biggie, the death of Tupac. There was a rapper named Shine who was arrested. Even Puff Daddy himself got into a little bit of a scuffle with a record executive you mentioned in the book. And you said that you never really unwavered your faith and your trust in him to lead this team that he was leading. Why is that you always, kept the trust and faith in him?
Puffy loved music. We had a very open, honest relationship with each other, and his vision and our strength and ability and being able to fulfill someone else's vision was working like a charm.
Music and entertainment traffic. I was mentored by Clive Davis.
Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994.
I remember in a video, Jaguar Wright said that the labels knew what R. Kelly was doing, but because R. Kelly was making the millions and millions of dollars, they turned a blind eye. All the power you need is in Clive Davis. Clive Davis's net worth is $850 million. So for years, it's been rumored that Clive has had his hands involved in the untimely passing of the late, great Whitney Houston. I cannot confirm and I cannot deny these allegations. There's even rumors that he assisted Diddy with Kim Porter's untimely passing. And of course, that is just speculation as well. I just find it so hard to believe that a man that believed in another man's vision wasn't involved in his day-to-day to know what he was and wasn't doing.
So y'all remember how I said that people were not done exposing Diddy and how we were going to be finding out a lot of more shady stuff that he has done? Well, I was right on that because some more horrible things about him have come to light. The streets are now saying that Diddy knows way too much about Whitney Houston's death because he allegedly helped Clive Davis cover up the murder. Fans have been pointing fingers at Clive for Whitney's murder for years, and it looks like this case is about to blow wide open, so let's break this drama down. Okay, so when Diddy decided to settle Cassie's lawsuit after only one day, it was clear that he had way bigger secrets to hide than his SA and DV that he put Cassie through. And now new reports suggest that he was probably trying to hide the fact that he literally helped to cover up murder. And not just any, but the murder of the Whitney Houston. And if you're wondering why he would have a reason to take out Whitney, he didn't. Instead, he was covering up for someone, and that person is none other than Clive Davis. Clive was the one who discovered Whitney and helped make her a star. But according to insiders, they eventually fell out after some time and Whitney was trying to get out of his control. However, Clive was not about to let her go so easily. Not only was he making millions of dollars off her, but they had been friends for a long time and she knew a lot of his secrets. And rumor has it that he was scared that she was going to expose him and his secret. And you know how they say in the industry that an artist is worth more dead than alive? So the circumstances of her death have always been very suspicious. And there have been rumors that it wasn't a drowning like the coroner's report stated. First off, there were reports that Whitney was displaying erratic behavior in the days leading up to her death. And get this, news reports had it that she started behaving erratically after she met with Clive Davis when he was preparing for his pre-Grammy party. According to sources, after she left Clive, she appeared disheveled and disoriented with what looked like sweat running down her face and blood dripping down her leg. 2 days after this, she was found unconscious in the bathtub and she passed away. Her death was tragic and sent shockwaves throughout the industry.
Well, some man came out not so long ago and said he had been playing with him too.
He had been playing with who?
Diddy. It's on the internet.
Well, girl, I know damn well I don't know if I told y'all on this live, but when I did my show, my play, when I promoted my play.
We talked about this on the live, a Patreon too.
Yeah, when I did my play, the guy who promoted my play in 2007 told me that Puffy invited him to an after party. And it was at that hotel in Buckhead. It's right there in the plaza where the across from Lenox Mall. Like, you know, when you turn into Lenox Mall, it's that hotel right there. It used to be the I
don't know the name of it, but
I can't remember. It used to be the Swiss Hotel. And so my promoter went to the after party. He said he got there, Puffy was in a bathrobe. It was a guy on the couch with him in the bathrobe. And it was two guys that came out of a bedroom and went across the hall to the bathroom, and they had on bathrobes. And Puffy said, come on in and join the party. That was in 2007. I've been hearing about that. And the other thing, you know I ain't never told y'all no lie. I was in Soho years ago in New York. And before Andre Harrell died, he cruised me in John Varvato.
I'm not trying to be on here long, but I wanted to let y'all know that Gloria Velez responds to Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard. Gloria said, pump your brakes, sir. I never had a conversation with you. So Gloria says demons always tell on themselves. Radio interviews and podcast shows, etc. Lots of evidence. I've never had a conversation with Diddy's bodyguard. He's a liar. He will say anything to keep doing interviews and possibly even getting a check in the process. But Aaron already told on himself on Vlad. Umbilical cord BIM, huh? A lot of people are saying that Gloria Velez was being fast. I'm not saying she was. I'm not saying she wasn't. But she was in the club at 16 years old when it's supposed to be 21 and older. So that was on the club. But back then, you know, they had fake IDs. And Gloria didn't look her age no way. She looked older than what she really is. Gene Deal said Aaron Hall found out about her age when they were supposedly going to go take a trip to Jamaica. And when they asked for her ID and they saw that she was underage, they was like, where's your parental consent form to be traveling out the country with this man? So when he found out, Aaron Hall, what did Aaron do? Clearly they had a kid together. She had the kid when she was 17 years old. It don't matter if she kept it from him or not. It's what he did when he found out about her age. And he didn't stop doing what he was doing. So yeah, he looked how he looked, like a predator.
All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Now, again, the reason why we're revisiting this situation with Whitney and a whole lot of other things is because Cassie's lawsuit has opened up a can of worms. When you look at everything in its totality, it's clear and evident that Cassie had some type of conversation with Kim Porter before she passed, and some of the things that Kim Porter may have conveyed to her are coming to revelation. It's actually coming out, and a lot of people are starting to look at things for what they really are, because when you look at it, it had to be something very criminal about what Kim Porter was going to implement in her book that had people so nervous and scared to the fact that they felt that it would be better off if Kim Porter was not here. But anyway, guys, what I want to do right now is read you something that slid across my desk. Now, I told you guys in a previous video that initially Cassie's lawsuit contained 60 pages and there was a lot of information that was left out. Now, I do want to say that the information about Whitney and the information that I'm about to convey to you is all alleged, but it comes from a verifiable and dependable and credible individual that's close to the situation. So it says here, what's happening, Playboy? So I want to put you on notice about some more info that is coming from the original 60-page lawsuit that Cassie and her lawyers initially filed against Diddy. So it's been said that Jay-Z and Beyonce were implicated in the lawsuit for witnessing Diddy put pause on her and push her down at one of Diddy's parties. The location, time, and date of this occurrence was not given due to other privacy issues and other concerns regarding this matter. According to docs, Cassie fled upstairs and locked herself in one of the bedrooms after the incident with Diddy took place. Diddy's security tracked her down, and Cassie took about 30 minutes or more to get herself together. Once Cassie was on her way to returning to the party, Beyonce and Jessica Alba, who is an actress, y'all, were waiting in the foyer of the house to check on her. Cassie says that Beyonce was visibly upset, and as Diddy and Jay was walking towards them, Beyonce blew a gasket and screamed at Diddy, telling him that what he did was highly offensive and unacceptable, and Diddy got on his knees and apologized to Cassie, Beyonce, and Jessica. I'm told Beyonce was annoyed with Jay and asked him, why are you comforting him and being so supportive instead of checking him? It's been said that Beyonce then told Jay-Z, I'm starting to lose respect for you. I'm told shortly thereafter, Cassie, Beyonce, Jessica, Jay-Z, and about 20 to 25 more people ended up leaving the party after some witnessed the incident and others who heard what happened. I'm told Cassie left with Jessica and her entourage of 10 people that night instead of Beyonce for the sole purpose of not being tracked down by Diddy because of his connections with Jay-Z. Beyonce insisted. Cassie said someone called the cops because she was contacted the next day by law enforcement after the cops showed up to the house that same night after neighbors called and reported that there was total chaos going on in the neighborhood. But someone from the party called and anonymously reported what happened because Diddy was asked about laying hands on Cassie, which he denied, and Cassie chose not to cooperate or corroborate what was reported when she was contacted by law enforcement. Before the lawsuit was filed, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Jessica must were contacted because their names nor the incident made the cut in the 35-page lawsuit that the public has access to. Alright, so you guys just heard that. So it seems as though that Beyonce, Jay-Z, and Jessica Alba are all privy to what Diddy has put Cassie through. And not just Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Jessica, a lot of people are privy to what Diddy has put Cassie through, because in this particular email it stated that 20 to 25 people left the party, so other people that's in the industry knows about this and nobody spoke out. So this situation is entirely crazy to me. I do wonder why Jay-Z and Beyonce or Jessica, elected not to have their names listed in the lawsuit. It just makes you wonder what the hell are they hiding, right? But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole entire video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.